So this is gas, generally approachable Sudoku, I think it's called. I'm not great at Sudoku. You know, I don't know all the advanced techniques or anything, so this is important that I do this. So let's start with puzzle 1. And this one's just classic Sudoku. There's a box in the middle with all the numbers. That's pretty cool. So there's a 7 here. And then there's a 7 in one of these boxes. Six goes right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoa. So this is... Hold on. Right, this is what I need. Okay, so this is an 8 or no, this is just an 8. This is a 9, this is a 7. Right, okay. Then that means the 7 down here has to be here. 7 here is one of these. And 7 here is one of these. Great. What else do we got? 1 down here has to be one of these. 1 has to be one of these. 1's not that restricted there. Okay, okay. What about 4? There's a 4 in the middle. 4 has to be restricted, right? One of these is a 4. And then 4 in this box is one of these. 4 in this box, one of these. Not that helpful. Okay. It's fine. Wait, 4 up here is right here. 4, 4. 4's in one of these boxes. Okay. 3. 3. One of these is a 3. Which means one of these is a 3. Good. This is the only 2 we have on the board. Okay, so let's not worry about 2s just yet. What about 5s? Well, 5 has to be in one of these 2 spaces here. And then here, 5 has to be in one of these 2 spaces. And can be anywhere here, here. And I guess let's label it up here. It can be one of these 3. Okay. 6s. What do we got? 6s. Down, 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 down. Wow, 6 is already here. That surprises me that we can just put that in immediately. And then that means this is also a 6, which means we have all the 6s immediately. That was easy. Okay. 7s. We already did 7s. We've exhausted the 7 potentiality. 8. 8 is in one of these 2. 8 and 8. Look at these. 8's one of these. 8's one of these. 8's one of these. That's all good. What's going on in this column? There has to be a 2 and a 9. So the 2 has to go up here. And the 9 has to go down here. Hold on. Let me change the pencil marks on this. That's better. So that's an 8, 9. That's a 2, 3. It doesn't really help anything just yet. What else goes in this box? We know 5 has to go here. What about 1 and 2? Those are the other numbers that need to be here. 1 and 2. Well, 1 has to go here. And so where does the 2 go? We don't know. So this is a 2, 5 pair. Okay. Which means this has to be 3, 4. It looks like. So that means this is a 4 and this is a 3. That's good. That means this is a 3. This can't be a 1 anymore. So this is a 1. Wait. Yes. There has to be a 2 in this box, and there has to be an 8 in this box. 8 goes here, 2 goes here, which means 8 goes here, 9 goes here, and this is a 9. Okay. Which means there's also a 9 here, which means... looking at this box, there's a 9 in one of these 2 spots. And looking at this box, there's a 9 in one of these 2 spots. Great. Those 7s we still don't really know anything about. What else has to be in this box? It's a 2 and a 7. We know 2 has to be in one of these. Wait, we already knew 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the other one. So 4 has to be here. This is a 4. So that means this is a 2, 7 pair. Okay. We know this digit. This has to be a 5 for sure. Which means there's also a 5 up here, which means these cannot be a 5. And these cannot be a 5. Oops. Why was I doing it like that? I didn't mean to do it like this. I meant to do it like this. That's better. Okay, so one of these 2 is a 5 now we know. And the 5 here is one of these 2. Okay, okay. So what are these other digits? There has to be a 1 and an 8. So we know the 8 is one of these. And we know the 1 is one of these. Seven, 8. 1, 7, 1, 7, 8. Okay. Good. Which means this square has to be a 4 and I guess it could also be a 2 or a 3, huh? It's like 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And the 4 definitely has to be one of them. This cannot be a 4. I don't know why it says it can be a 4. That's false. So this is a 4. Which means this is a 5. Which means this is a 5. Which means this is a 9. Which means this is a 9. Okay, good. One of these is a 1. That's a 2, 3. That's 2, 3, 4. What goes here? 2, 3, 5, 8. 2, 3, 5, 8. Can't be a 5, obviously, so this is a 5. Wait, no, this can't be a 5 either, so this is a 5. Right, okay, that explains things. So, this, we know this is a 2. Which tells us that this is a 2, which tells us this is a 1, which tells us this is a 8, and tells us this is a 3. This is an 8, this is 1. Okay, 7 is here, 7's here, which means 7 has to be here. Which means this is an 8 and this is a 1. Good. Which means this is a 1, which means this is a 2. Which means this is a 2, which means this is a 7, which means this is a 7, which means this is a 3, which means this is 4. This is a 2. This is a 3, this is a 2, this is a 3 and an 8. Yeah, good job. What do these mean? Party hats? Are those like if you do really well? Those are like ideal times and these are like my times? I don't think my time is bad. Powers of X, number 2. Okay. By Philip Newman. Every row, column, and box must have all numbers from 1 to 9 exactly once. Digits cannot repeat along the diagonal lines. Okay, so we have our first caveat, you know, our first extra rule. The diagonal. The digits cannot repeat along the diagonals. That's not an issue. Let's start with one of these has to be a 1. I see a lot of 1s, so I'm starting with 1s. One of these has to be a 1. One of these has to be a 1. And one of these has to be a 1. Let's make it a little shape. Okay, that doesn't tell us a lot. What about 4s? 4. 4. So this is a 1-4 pair. Okay. 4 has to be one of these. And 4 can be any one of these. Okay. 3s could be one of these. One of these. Here it doesn't really restrict much. It can be anywhere. Here or here. Here it has to be here, because we know that's a 1-4 pair. And that means this has to be a 3 in one of these 2 spots. Okay, okay, that's good. There's 2 8s. 8 in this box has to be in one of these 2 slots. 8's not really restricted anywhere else. I guess it's a little restricted here. Yeah. Oh, and actually in the middle, it has to be in one of these slots. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. 2 has to be in one of these 2. So this is a 2-4 pair, which restricts things a little more, which is good. 2 has to be in one of these. 2 has to be in one of these. 2 has to be in one of these. That's all great. It's too restricted here, not really. Okay. 5 has to be in one of these. It's not that restricted in these boxes. Or these. That's fine. What about 6? 6 is restricted in this box to here or here. And here in this box. This box, it could be anywhere of these. This box of these. So not that helpful. Oh, yes. Okay, 6 cannot be here. Wait, no, 6 has to be here. Hold on. Because these 6s look at these. This 6 looks at these. This is a 6. Which is great. Now, that 6 looks at this. Which means there has to be a 6 here. Which means this is a 356. We know this is 356. Which means we also know this is a 279. Yes. Which also tells us this digit is an 8. Okay. Which means this obviously is not an 8. It also tells us there's an 8 in one of these boxes. This is a cool puzzle. I really like this one. We already know where 8 is there. Okay, that's very good. This cannot be an 8 because this looks at it through the diagonal rule. Through that X, the power of X. Through the power of X, the 8 sees this 8. So this cannot be an 8. So it has to be one of these. Very good. Okay, we haven't looked at 9 at all. 9 has to be one of these boxes. So because 9 has to be in one of these boxes, and 6 has to be in one of these boxes. This is a 9-6 pair, so 2, 6, 9. This is a 6-9 pair, which means this is a definite 2, and this is a 7. Which means this is a 7. Which means this is a 7. Okay. Which means this is a 7. Which means one of these is a 7. And, we don't... This can't be a 7. We know that as well. Okay, okay. That's good. That's very good. Now... What is missing in this box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8 and 9 are missing. So this is definitely an 8. Which means this is a 3-9 pair. Is there anything we can do with this 8? Oh, not really. We can say one of these is an 8, and then we can say one of these is an 8. So I guess that is something. And then, well, where does the 8 go in this row? It goes here. So that's an 8. One of those. And it can't be that one. So one of these two is an 8. Okay, that's helpful. This is 3, 9, 1, 4, 6, 9. So the only place the 6 can go in this column is right here. So this has to be a 6. This has to be a 9. Which also means this can't be a 6, which means this has to be a 6. Due to the power of X. Hold on. There we go. And this is a 2, 4, this is a 2, 4, this is a 3, 9. Meaning this is a 9. And this is a 3. And this is a 9. Now this is a pair. This is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-8 pair. Okay. Which, ooh, hold on. That's not the correct pencil mark. This cannot be an 8 anymore. That's just not possible. Which means this is also a pair. This is, 1, 3? Yes, this is a 1, 3 pair. Very nice. And what's down here? There's 8, 9. It's 5, 8, 9. Well, this can't be an 8 or a 9. Well, this is a 5. This is an 8, 9 pair. Great. Okay. What else is going on? We've basically already dealt with all that. What is... The 9 has to go here. We know this. Which means the 9 goes here. Which tells us this is a 1, 3, 9 triplet. Which means this has to be a 5 or an 8. And it can be either. So this is a 5, 8 pair. With this. But this can't be an 8 because this is already an 8. So this is a 5 and this is an 8. Okay. Which means this can no longer be an 8. That is out of the 8 runnings. And this has to be an 8. Good. Anything else going on with this diagonal? Not really yet. Actually, hold on. What numbers are on this? There's 2, 3. No 4. One 4 missing. 1 of 4 missing. There's a 5. There's a 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 and 4 are the only digits not here. So the middle has to be a 1 or a 4. That's good. That's good information. And it could be either because it's also a pair with this. It's a 1-4 pair. And whatever this digit is... The other one would have to be right here at the top. So this would have to be a 1, whereas this would have to be a 4. Because there's only one digit not here left. So this is definitely a 4. Wait, why is that Xing? Huh? Why is that Xing? Hold on. Highlight errors. Duplicates only, I guess. Wow. Okay, so our logic is wrong, but why is that logic wrong? That logic seemed really right to me. Digits can't repeat. So it has to be a 1 or a 4. The other one would have to... Oh, right. Sorry. I said the opposite thing. I was right. I just said the wrong number. This is supposed to be a 1. This is supposed to be a 4. The logic was right. Wait. Not an 8. Not an 8. Again, the logic was right. I just put in the wrong number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has to be a 1. Which means this also has to be a 1. Which means this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's good. Which means this has to be a 4. Which means this has to be a 2. Which means this has to be a 3. Which means this has to be a 1. Great. One of these is a 4. And what else are we missing on this? 1, 2. We're missing a 2. So one of these has to be a 2. Well, this is a 4, because there's a 4 down there. The 4 sees that. So we basically just know. And so this is missing a 3. So this is a 3. And then this is missing 2, 3, 4, 5. This is missing 2 and 5. So this is a 2. This is a 5. There you go. Easy as that. So this cannot be a 2. This cannot be a 3 or a 5. So this is for sure a 6. Which means these cannot be a 6. That's a 3-5 pair. We also got, this is for sure a 4. No, I'm sorry, this is for sure a 1, which means that I did the thing again, I mixed the 1 and the 4 up. This is for sure a 4, this is for sure a 1, which means this cannot be a 4, which means 4 is in one of these two places, 8 is in one of these two places. What else is missing from this column? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 5 missing. 5 has to be in one of these two. Okay. So, what is missing from this column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is missing from this column. Okay, so this is a 2-6 pair. This is a 4-5, 5-8, and a 4-8. Great. What's going on up here? There's 2 digits missing here. One of them's not a 6. That's just not a thing. 2 is one of them, which would be here. And the other one is 5. Great. That means this is for sure a 3, because this cannot be a 6 or a 7. Which means these cannot be a 3. These have to be a 6-7 pair. Great. What is missing from the middle? 6, 7, 8, 9 has to be what it is. Which this can be 8 or 9. Making this an 8-9 pair, and this has to be the same 8-9 as this. This 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, this can't be an 8, so it's a 6, 7, or a 9. This has to be an 8 or a 9. It's the other 8-9 pair. It's the deadly whatever, you know. Which means this cannot be a 9, because this is a pair. So this is a 6, 7 as well. Great. Now, how do we deal with that? There has to be something. We have to be just missing like Sudoku, right? Yes, we are. Because this has to be a 1. This is a 3-9 pair. Does that help anything? Not yet. This is a trio, this is a pair. What's going on here? 2, 9, 7, 9, 2, 7, 9. No, nothing there. 3, 5, nothing there. 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. There's nothing I can do about that. This is a 2 by Sudoku. This is a 6. This is a 6. This is a 7. This is a 6. This is a 7. This is a 7. This is a 9. This is a 2. What am I missing? I have to be missing something. There's the 8 die, deadly patterned, 3-5. 3-5, 4-5. Right, this is a 5. Which means this is an 8. Which means this is a 4. There we go. 3-9, 8-9. So this is a 9. This is a 3. This is an 8. This is a 9. This is a 9. This is an 8. This is a 5. This is a 3. Ah! That was good. Trio Sudoku. What is that? Every row, column, and box must have all numbers, right? Classic rules and trio rules. Orange circles indicate the digits 1, 2, and 3. Blue squares indicate the digits 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So, right, we already know this is a 2-3 pair. Ooh. 2-3 pair. We already know this. This is also a 2 or a 3. This could be 1, 2, 3. This could be 2 or 3. So this is a 2-3 pair. This can be 1, 2, 3. No, this is a 3. We know this to be a 3. We know this to be a 2. Which means these cannot be a 2. These are a 1-3 pair. Which means this is definitely a 2. Which means this is a 3. Great. We already knew this could not be a 3. This is a 1-2 pair. This is a 1. We know this to be self-evident. This has to be a 1 or a 3. This has to be a 2 or a 3. This also has to be a 2 or 3. This looks like it can be anything. This has to be a 1 or a 3. These can be anything. These can be anything. This has to be a 2 or 3. This is a 2-3 pair. Okay. This has to be 2 or 3. This has to be a 1 or a 3. This has to be a 2 or a 1. Good. So this is a 1-3 pair. So this has to be a 2. That means this has to be a 3. That means this has to be a 1. That means this can't be a 1. Neither can this. This is another 2-3 pair. Great. This is a... Wait, we know what these are. This is a 1, and this is a 2. That means this is a 3. Wait, no, obviously not. This is a 1. This is a 3. This is a 1. This is a 1. This is a 3. 2-3 pair. This is a 2-3 pair. 2-3 pair. 2-3, 2-3. Blah blah blah. This is a 2-3 pair here, so this has to be a 1. Which means this has to be a 3. Which means this has to be a 2. Which means this has to be a 3. Which means this has to be a 2. Which means this has to be a 1. Which means this has to be a 3, which means this has to be a 2, which means this has to be a 2, which means this has to be a 3. And just like that, all of the yellow circles have been completed. Now, for the blue squares, this is obviously a 6, meaning this is a 9, because just as the blue squares indicate 4, 5, 6, the white squares indicate 8, 9, 6. Or not, sorry, not 8, 9, 6. 7, 8, 9. Which is interesting, because, so now we know, right? This has to be a 7 or an 8, and then this also has to be a 7 or 8. It's a 7-8 pair. And then this is a 5-6 pair, which means this, for sure, is a 4. Which means this is another 5-6 pair. Where do we go from there? It's a good question. Well, we know this has to be a 4 or 6, and it can't be a 4, so this is a 6. Great. Which means, I mean, first of all, that means this is a pair, a 4-5 pair. And this is a 7-9 pair. This can be 7, 8, 9. It can be any one of the three. Not a 7, though. 8, 9. And this is also an 8, 9. Pattern going on. 5 is here, so this is a 4, 6 pair. 4 is here, so this is a 5, 6 pair, which is meaningful because that makes this a 4 for sure, and this part of a 5, 6 pair down there. Which makes this, well, this, first of all, 5, 6, which makes this a pair. And this has to be a 4, which makes this have to be a 5, and this have to be a 6. 6 makes this into a 4, 5 pair. And this is another little 4, 5 pair. Because this is a 5, 6, this now has to be a 5. This has to be a 6. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 5. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 6. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 6. This has to be a 5. We know this is a 4, 6 pair. Which means this has to be a 5, and this has to be a 6. Wait, why is that wrong? Hold on, why is that wrong? Uh-oh. Why is that wrong? Slow down. This has to be a 6 because that looks at it. This has to be a 5. I was going a little too fast, I think. The 5 looks at both these boxes, so this has to be a 5, thus making this a 6. But why cannot not be a 6? Because we already have a 6 there, so roll it back, roll it back. There was an error made along the way. Roll it back to when we finished the yellow circles. We were going a little too fast, clearly. Okay, that was the last yellow circle. We've rolled it back. Now, we know this is a 9, and we know this is a 6. Okay, let's do that again. This has to be a 4, 5 pair, thus making this a 6. This has to be a 4, 5 pair. Okay, this has to be a 5 or a 6 paired with this, thus making this a 4. This has to be a 5, 6 pair as well. Okay. This has to be a 5, 6 pair, thus making this a 4. Right. Thus making this a 5 or a 6. Okay, we're back, we're back. This has to be a 6. So this has to be a 5. So this has to be a 6. So this has to be a 5. So this has to be a 4. So this has to be a 5. Good. That's all right, seemingly. This is a 4, 5 pair. This is a 4, 6 pair. Okay. This is a 5, 6 pair, which also means 5, 6 pairs both of these. That doesn't work, because these would both have to be 4s in that case, wouldn't that? Wait, no. Wait, yes, because 6... No, this isn't a 5, 6. Hold on. This is not a 5, 6. That's the error here. This is not a 5, 6. Obviously not. This is a 4, 5. Yes. Yes. That is much better. And because this is a 4, 5, and this is a 5, 6, this has to be a 6, and this has to be a 5. Which means this has to be a 4, this has to be a 6. Which means this has to be a 6 by Sudoku. This has to be a 6, because there's a 4, 5 pair here, thus making this a 4. This has to be a 5, not a 4, a 5. This has to be a 6. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 5. Then, This is a 4, 5, so this has to be a 4, this has to be a 5, this has to be a 4, this has to be a 5. That is all of those done correctly this time. Okay, now, we know the other digits are all 8, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 7, 8 pair, which means this is for sure a 9. Okay, this is for sure an 8. Which means this is a 7, 9 pair. This is a 7, 9 pair as well. This is an 8, 9 pair. And this is a 7, 8 pair. Good. This is also a 7, 9 pair, which means this is for sure an 8. Which means this is also a 7, 9 pair. Which means this is for sure an 8. Which means this is also a 7, 9 pair, which means this is also for sure an 8. Which means this is a 7, which means this is a 9. Which means this is a 7, this is a 9, this is an 8, this is a 9, this is a 7, this is a 9, this is a 7, this is a 7, this is an 8. Then we got a 9 here, a 7 here, an 8 here, and 9 here, a 7 here, 7 has to be here, 9 here, 8 here. Done. Okay. That could have been done faster. We made a mistake along the way. It's okay, we corrected it. Puzzle 4, classic Sudoku. Wait. Power of